Alright, it is Thursday, May 2nd, 2019 at 12:46 p.m. in the afternoon. Alright, let's take a look quickly here at the weather. Millions evacuated as tropical cyclone Fani nears northeastern India coast. More than 3.3 million residents have been evacuated in low-lying areas of northeastern India. More than 11 million are expected to be evacuated before the storm makes landfall Friday local time. Hundreds of disaster personnel have been deployed to help residents in Odisha state, and the Navy, Army, Air Force, and Coast Guard have been put on standby. More than 3 million people have been evacuated Thursday in northeast India as tropical cyclone Fani approaches the coast. The Odisha government confirmed Thursday more than 3.3 million people have been evacuated and plan to evacuate more than 11 million in total before the storm hits sometime Friday local time. The Times of India reported it is the largest evacuation ever to take place in the country, ahead of a Category 4 equivalent cyclone churning toward the coast in the Bay of Bengal. Thousands of disaster management personnel were sent to the state of Odisha in northeastern India, home to about 46 million people, where scores of people live in mud and thatch homes in low-lying areas, Reuters reported. We are making efforts to inform them about the cyclone and move these vulnerable people to cyclone shelters, Bushipuda Sethi, the state special relief commissioner, told the news agency. The country's Navy, Air Force, and Army and Coast Guard are well ordered on standby Wednesday, and fishermen in the Bay of Bengal have been warned to stay out of the threatened areas, Agence France Presse reported. All doctors and health officials were ordered to report to duty with no leaves permitted until May 15th, the Times of India reported. Flights have been grounded from Bhubaneswar Airport until May 3rd. About 95 trains servicing the area were cancelled Thursday except for 3 special trains put in service to evacuate residents. Shipping vessels were also ordered to leave ports of Paradeep and Visakhapatnam and head out to sea to avoid damage. Several areas have been put on alert in northeastern India, including the coast town of Puri and the states of Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, neighboring states of Odisha. Authorities have warned tourists to leave the sacred temple at Puri, a popular destination for Hindu pilgrims. Excuse me. One of these days my cold is going to be gone and we won't have to deal with this anymore. Okay, northeastern India is a frequently targeted of tropical cyclones. The worst ever, an unnamed cyclone that struck in 1999 killed an estimated 10,000 people in Odisha. India's flat terrain contributes to flooding that typically accompanies tropical storms and monsoon rains. Excuse me. In Calcutta, formerly Calcutta, a dated drainage system is incapable of handling the runoff from storms, which exacerbates flooding events, according to a 2018 study. Fani is expected to be a powerful Category 4 equivalent tropical cyclone when it makes landfall in northeastern India or Bangladesh Thursday into Friday Eastern Daylight Time. Life-threatening storm surge is expected near the east of where it makes landfall. In addition, damaging winds and flooding rain will also be major concerns. So people of India, please be aware. Follow the people that are telling you to evacuate and evacuate to safer places. Please also pray for the people of India because of Category 4 to 5 hurricane is no joke. So please pray for those people. As well, water begins to recede after Levee breach flood downtown Davenport, Iowa. A temporary levee constructed to protect downtown Davenport failed on Tuesday. By Wednesday morning, waters had receded, but some remain on roads in the business district. Waters were up to 6 feet in one area of the city. Water still remain on the streets of a portion of downtown Davenport, Iowa. On Wednesday, a day after a temporary levee meant to hold back the rising Mississippi River failed and inundated the city with more than 6 feet of water. Local emergency officials told the Weather Channel Wednesday excuse me, that the waters had receded, but some streets remained inundated. The flooding had begun around 3:30 p.m., covered about 4 blocks of downtown Davenport with water up to 6 feet in some places. David Donovan, Scott County Emergency Management, told weather.com on Tuesday. The breach forced some residents to seek shelter on their rooftops, while others were evacuated by boats, the Associated Press reported. The flooded area occurred mostly in a business district, but there were some apartments in the affected area. Several businesses were forced to close as the floodwater rose, and the city workers scrambled to reinforce the levee with sandbags. Residents Chase Nakam says there was helping others stack sandbags at the Paradigm Virtual Reality Gaming and Training when the floodwaters began to rapidly rise. I was standing out front when I saw it coming, like the day after tomorrow, Newcomb told Gazette. It was like a disaster movie, heading down the street really fast, and then it started getting worse. The NWS issued a flash flood emergency for the area due to the breach, and several area roads were closed during the Iowa Highway 22 from Davenport to Muscatine and U.S. Highway 67 north of LeClaire. The warning was lifted around 7:30 p.m. The Weather Service said the water had not receded Tuesday night, but was no longer rapidly rising. Residents were urged to avoid the area. And you see here a picture of the downtown area in Davenport, Iowa, flooding several blocks. Alright, please pray for the people in Iowa having to deal with this flood. Alright, now let's take a look quickly at the National Hurricane Center. The Disturbance 1 has moved closer to Florida. It is right off the coast of the Miami area. The Disturbance 1, 10% chance of cyclone formation in 48 hours. A throw of low pressure that extends from South Florida northwestward over the western Atlantic for a few hundred miles is producing disorganized shower and thunderstorm activity. Environmental conditions are not expected to be conducive with significant development of the system while it moves northwestward and then northward over the Florida Peninsula and near the southeast United States coast during the next day or so. The system is forecast to merge with a frontal system later this weekend. Regardless of development, locally heavy rains are possible over the portions of the Bahamas and the Florida Peninsula during the next day or so. The next special tropical weather outlook will be issued by 10 a.m. EDT Friday or sooner if conditions warrant. Formation chance through 48 hours is low at 10%. Information chance through 5 days is low at 10%. This is the only system we're dealing with right now, thankfully. But it is a clue to what could be this hurricane season. It could be an early season. We're already having a disturbance, so let's keep an eye on the weather. Alright, next. Here is the IR loop. Here is the storm off of Florida right now, and also the storms that have been happening for the past couple of days over Texas. Now they are over Louisiana, Arkansas, part of Chicago, and the Great Lakes. Alright, let's take a look quickly here. Also off the coast of Africa, you see the storms growing there. Hopefully this does not turn into anything. In the models it hasn't turned into anything, but always good to keep an eye on it. Alright, next. Here are the current temperatures right now. California, Northern California, 45-46 degrees. Southern California, 61 degrees. Texas, Northern Texas, 47 degrees. Southern Texas, 80 and 77 degrees. Louisiana at 80 and 68 degrees. Florida at 81 degrees in the Panhandle, and surprisingly 78 degrees in Miami, while 81 degrees in Jacksonville. Georgia, 78 degrees. South Carolina, 79 degrees. North Carolina, 77 degrees. Virginia, 79 degrees. Massachusetts, 45 degrees. And Maine, 48 degrees in the northern part and 42 degrees in the southern part. The Great Lakes region has 39 and 38 degrees. Alright, let's take a look here at the Storm Prediction Center. day 1 convective outlook. We have slight weather for San Antonio, Texas, Austin, Memphis, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, and Cincinnati, Ohio, and marginal weather for New York, Houston, Philadelphia, Indianapolis, and Columbus, Ohio. So the more severe weather is in Texas and Memphis, Nashville, and Cincinnati, Ohio. Alright, let's take a look quickly here at the full screen radar, and here is where the storms are right now. They're over New Orleans, some over parts of Texas, Memphis, St. Louis, Chicago. So it's pretty much towards the middle of the United States right now. It is going to be heading eastward. Alright, that's it for this video. Hit like and subscribe for more videos, and see you guys next time. God bless you guys. Stay safe out there.